Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. And welcome to my video series, Problems with the Dragon Ball franchise and how to fix them. I've made around 21 videos pointing out the problems that the Dragon Ball franchise has. So if you guys want to go and check out those videos, I made a playlist so it'll be easier for you guys to find them. It's called Fixing the Dragon Ball franchise. So if you guys want to go and check them out, you can. And with that said, let's resume with the video. Now, the first one I would like to talk about is the creation of the Saiyans. Now, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a reminder. It's the Supreme Kais who creates life throughout the universe. They create planets and they create life on those planets. And the thing is, we've never seen this process on how Kais creates life throughout the universe. And that's one of the things I would like to see. What is the process that the Supreme Kais use? I mean, do they just create planets and just put a little bit of life on these planets, like bacteria, and then let life take its course for billions of years and let evolution do its thing? And that's the thing. I would like to know how the Supreme Kais create life on planets and how planets are created. That is exactly what I would like to know. I mean, we're told that Supreme Kais create life, but we've never seen the process. So how do Supreme Kais create life throughout the universe? That's something I would like to know. Now, back to my original question. Who was the Supreme Kai that created the Saiyans? And why did he give the Saiyans the ability to go Super Saiyan God? In fact, why did he give Saiyans the potential of being so powerful and having the power to be on par with a god of destruction? Now, I just want to let you guys know, I don't know what part of the universe the Saiyans' original planet is from, like which quadrant they're from. Whether they're from quadrant north, quadrant south, east or west, I'm not 100% sure. And also, do you guys remember the 4 Supreme Kais and the Grand Supreme Kai? And do you guys remember Old Kai? I don't know which Supreme Kai created the Saiyans, or which quadrant they're from. And to be honest, I would like to know which Supreme Kai created the Saiyans, and I would like to know why that Supreme Kai gave the Saiyans the ability to go Super Saiyan God and be on par with a god of destruction. Like, what was his reasoning? What was his purpose? Why did he create the Saiyans? Now, I'm not saying it was one of the Supreme Kais that Majin Buu killed. I mean, it has been stated that there were Supreme Kais before Shin, South Supreme Kai, West Supreme Kai, North Supreme Kai, and even maybe Old Kai. So, which Supreme Kai created the Saiyans? And why did he give the Saiyans so much potential of being so powerful? And what part of the universe did Planet Citadel come from? The original home of the Saiyans? These are questions that need to be answered by Akira Toriyama or Toyotaro. These are questions I would like answered. Now, the next thing I would like to know is, what would happen if a Super Saiyan God had a tail and he looked up at the moon? Would he transform into a Super Saiyan God ape thing? Or would he just turn into a regular great ape? Or turn into a golden great ape? I mean, what exactly is the process of this? This is another question I would like answered. What would happen if a Super Saiyan God had a tail and he looked up at the moon? This is something that Akira Toriyama needs to answer. However, I have made a theory video on what might have happened if a Saiyan had Super Saiyan God and had a tail. So if you guys want to go and check out that video, I've left it in my Fixing the Dragon Ball franchise playlist. I think you guys might actually be interested. So yeah, what would happen if a Super Saiyan God had a tail and looked up at the moon? And with that said, let's move on to the next one. Now this one really confused me. Do you guys remember in the Battle of Gods movie where Beerus beat the crap out of everybody? And then Goku showed up and Goku said to Bulma that we need to use the Dragon Balls. And Bulma gave Beerus a lot of disrespect, calling him a party crashing something. I think it was jerk or something. And Goku said, "Show some respect, Bulma, he is a god after all." And Bulma says, "What? A god?" And she goes on saying, "Well, that's stupid. Well, that's stupid. What sort of god would throw a temper tantrum because he didn't get a pudding cup?" And then Vegeta says, "Listen to me, he is a god of destruction, the type of god you don't want to mess around with." And when Vegeta said that, Bulma showed an expression of shock, like she knew what a god of destruction was. And I was like, hold on, why would Bulma be shocked? She doesn't know what a god of destruction is, and she doesn't know how powerful a god of destruction is. Why would she be surprised of what a god of destruction is? Unless this is a mistranslation. This doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can understand if Bulma was shocked, if Goku and Vegeta told her that Goku lost in his Super Saiyan 3 form against Beerus, and Beerus took down Goku like it was nothing, and just to add icing onto the top, Goku would even say that even if he and Vegeta was to fuse into Vegito or Gogeta and go Super Saiyan 3, it still wouldn't be enough to take down Beerus. And you know what? I think Bulma's surprised face should have been for that Goku lost against Beerus in his Super Saiyan 3 form and was told by Goku that not even fusion would be able to defeat Beerus. I mean, if you guys really think about it, in Dragon Ball Z, nobody shows Shin any respect, even if he is a god, because of how weak he is. And also considering that they've got Gohan and Gotenks, Vegeta and Goku, and a fusion between the two, we could make the assumption that Bulma thought that nobody could defeat Goku or Vegeta or Gohan or Gotenks. So in my rewrite, I think Bulma should be surprised that Beerus took down Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and a fusion between Vegeta and Goku in going full power at Super Saiyan 3 won't work against Beerus. So Bulma's shock face should have been for that Goku was beaten by Beerus in Super Saiyan 3. I mean, come on, how would she know what a God of Destruction is? And how would she know how powerful a God of Destruction is? I mean, come on, that doesn't make any sense. And so with that said, let's move on to the next one. Now, one of the things that really bothered me when Beerus left Earth after Battle of Gods, we are told that Beerus used 70% of his power. And to be honest, I didn't like this, because I always saw Beerus as this untouchable, indestructible god that's unimpressed with anything. Beerus seems like one of those characters that no matter what you do, it doesn't feel like you're getting any closer to being as powerful as Beerus. And you know what? I think Goku should have went Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan 3, and then Goku puts his Koken times 20 on top of that, and then Goku fights Beerus, and Goku still loses, and then Whis says, "That's the first time in a long time since I saw you use 70% of your power, Lord Beerus." And you know what? That would make a lot of sense. I mean, come on, if Goku in his Super Saiyan God form made Beerus use 70% of his power, then what is Goku's chance of beating Beerus when he goes Super Saiyan Blue with the Koken times 20? Because I'm pretty sure at this point, even without the Ultra Instinct, Goku has surpassed Beerus. I mean, come on. Super Saiyan God is supposed to be much more powerful than a Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, and Goku also has the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which is a 50 times multiplier on top of Super Saiyan God, and Goku can now use the Koken times 20 on top of his Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan form. So I'm pretty damn sure Goku can go on par with Beerus. Unless Beerus has another form, and Beerus is only using his base form power, then that would make sense. So what do you guys think? Do you think Goku's finally surpassed Beerus with his Super Saiyan God form and the Koken times 20? Because at this point, I'm pretty sure Goku has surpassed Beerus at this point. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next one. Now, this is one that nobody ever talks about. In Dragon Ball Z, Goten and Trunks was in the upper part time chamber, training to fight Buu, and Piccolo was guiding Buu to where Goten and Trunks was. And then, Piccolo telepathically told Trunks and Goten that they are on their way to the upper part time chamber and they've only got 6 hours to get ready to fight Buu. And that's exactly the problem. How the hell can Piccolo telepathically tell Trunks and Goten that they are on the way there when the hyperbolic time chamber is in another dimension? And also, not to mention, the time chamber and the real world are going at different speeds. In the time chamber, everything is going incredibly fast compared to what's going on outside. I mean, shouldn't Piccolo sound something like this?
Goten and Trunks, can you hear me? I am on my way to the time chamber.
Well, I mean, something like that, except really slow. I mean, people outside of the time chamber, everything is going very fast inside the time chamber. And compared to people who's inside of the time chamber, everything outside of the time chamber is going really slow. Unless Piccolo is telepathically speaking really fast outside of the time chamber in order for Goten and Trunks to understand him, that would be the only way to explain the situation. So yeah, there's that. Let's move on to the next one. Now the next one got me scratching my head. Now we know that Universe 7 and Universe 6 are very similar. They've got their own Saiyans, they've got their own Yardrats, they've got their own Frieza race. They're basically the same, except Universe 6 is the more developed universe, and they're more or less gonna have the same races. But here's the thing, why does Universe 2 have Yardrats and Tuffles? You would have thought that the Tuffles and Yardrats would have come from Universe 6, considering that Universe 7 and Universe 6 are twin universes. So why would Universe 2 have Yardrats and Tuffles? In fact, I think they're the only universe outside Universe 7 and Universe 6 to have species that are very similar from Universe 6 and Universe 7. I don't think any other universe has had the same species. I mean, yeah, Universe 6 had Saiyans and Namekians, the same as Universe 7, but look at the other twin universes. Absolutely none of them brought in the same species as their twin universes. Again, we've only seen Universe 7 and Universe 6 bring in Namekians and Saiyans, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was Yardrats and Tuffles in Universe 6. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense if a Yardrat or a Tuffle was on Universe 6's side? Because if you guys ask me, that would have made a lot more sense than Tuffles and Yardrats being in Universe 2. And so with that said, let's move on to the final one. Now for this one, this isn't my original idea. I got this idea from Laughingstock Media. He's the one who came up with this idea, so all the credit goes to him on what I'm about to say. And it is this. Now, in Dragon Ball Super, when Zeno destroyed Trunks' timeline alongside Zamasu, Trunks and Mai's timeline was gone. and Trunks and Mai was mourning the loss of their timeline. And in the anime, Whis said he can create another timeline before Zamasu proceeded with his Zero Mortals plan, and then Mai and Trunks can go and live in that timeline with the other Trunks and Mai that's already there, and they can stop Zamasu of that timeline before he proceeds with his Zero Mortals plan. And to be honest, I didn't like this, the fandom didn't like this. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the Goku Blackhawk nagged me so much that I decided to rewrite it and give it a much better outcome, where the Supreme Kai of Time fuses the timelines and gives back Trunks his timeline, and there would also be the GT timeline and Dragon Ball Super timeline. That was my rewrite. However, later on, after I published that video, Laughingstock Media brought out a video, and in that video, he said, why didn't Trunks and Mai go to the timeline where everybody except Bulma is dead? Now, you guys remember that there are 4 timelines, and from what you could see from this chart, the one in green, the second one right here, this is the timeline where everybody is dead except Bulma. This chart was made by Quaman, and he also made a video explaining the timelines. So if you guys haven't seen that, please go and watch that video. It's extremely well detailed and very informative. Anyways, this is the timeline where everybody but Bulma is dead. So instead of creating another timeline, why didn't Trunks and Mai decide to go to that timeline? So that way, it will solve a few things. Number 1, Whis wouldn't have to make another timeline, which will sometime will destroy the fabric of time. Number 2, the Bulma of that time will be able to see her son again, and Trunks will be able to see his mother again. And number 3, this is the timeline that started everything. This is the original timeline. So Trunks, going to this time, will give that timeline some hope of defense. He could go and kill Zamasu, he could stop Majin Buu from resurrecting. And you know what? After when I heard Laughingstock Media's video about Trunks going to this timeline, I was like, you know what? This is actually pure genius. This is a lot better than Whis creating another timeline where Trunks and Mai already exist and they can go and live over there instead. Taiyo Toro and Akira Toriyama should have made Trunks go to this timeline instead of Whis making another timeline where they already exist. And you know what? Laughingstock Media is an absolute genius. This is exactly what Trunks should have done. I mean, come on, a round of applause for Laughingstock Media. But well done, well done. I just want you guys to remember, I wasn't the one who came up with this idea. It was Laughingstock Media. He deserves all the credit for this idea. And the only reason I brought it up was because it's part of the Dragon Ball franchise, and the Dragon Ball franchise has its problems. And Laughingstock Media brought up a very good point and a very good solution, and that is why I put it on this video. And that's it for another video of problems with the Dragon Ball franchise and how to fix them. What do you guys think? Are there problems in the Dragon Ball franchise that you would like me to add in these videos? Was I wrong? Was I right? Please let me know in the comment sections below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And I might even add them to the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. And if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. If you guys want to go and check out my other social medias, I'm on Gab, Discord, BitChute, Tumblr, Dailymotion, Reddit, Subscribestar, Minds, Instagram, Twitch, DeviantArt, Pinterest, Parler, my anime list, and Vidya. And don't forget to check out my Skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. And my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And if you guys want to support this channel, I'm on PayPal, Patreon, and GoFundMe. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss another video. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.